Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a quick little service on one of my cars. I have my 2008 Ford FG Falcon sitting right there. However, this process is also going to spread all the way from the 2002 BA all the way to the 2016 FGX. If you have a Barra engine, this is pretty much going to be the exact same process across the entire range of the 6-cylinder Falcon all the way from then. I think there's a few different things, one of them being that the 2002-2004 BAs, their oil pan was around the different way. Apart from that, everything's pretty much the exact same. So today we're going to be changing the oil in the turbo. We're also going to be changing the fuel filter in the back of the car. So anyway, let's get straight down to it. I don't know why they've turned all the lights off for the garage. I'm going to go try and find a light switch, but I really doubt that I'm going to be able to try and find it. I still do have my massive LED light, which I could use, so I'm probably just going to chuck that up. And yeah, let's get straight to it. Alright, so this process here is really straightforward. I have a heap of stuff behind me which you guys will need to do this. So I guess we'll start off with the tools you guys are going to need. So you're going to need a set of spanners. I've also gone ahead and got an 8-litre drain pan, as well as a oil funnel and an oil filter remover tool. Oil filters should be just hand tight, but sometimes they are installed a little bit too tightly, and that's when these come into play. This whole kit right here I got from Super Cheap Auto for about $14 to $15. You guys will need also 2 jack stands and a jack to jack up your car. I was recommended this Newlon fully synthetic 10W40, which I was recommended to me by Gene Rhodes, who was the guy that did all the work on the turbo. He recommended me this oil. He said it was the one he uses on his car, which is up around 600 horsepower. Now this isn't the go-to every single Barra engine. The turbos and the NAs both need something different, so make sure you go ahead, find out which one suits your engine and then pick that up. So the standard for Barra engines is about 6.5 litres. So at the moment I have a 5-litre drum here. I also have a 1 litre and a 1 litre. So I'll be using all of this, and half of that one there. Now Newlon also do have a 6 litre, but the 5 litre was on special. So I managed to pick this up, and those two, they're cheaper than I can get the 6 litre and the 1. So heaps easier. So another thing you guys will also need is an oil filter. So this one here is a Ryco oil filter. If you guys are wondering what code it is, you guys will need the Z516 for a Barra engine. Now all of this stuff here can be found at Super Cheap Auto, Autobarn, wherever you guys want to go. This is completely off the shelf stuff, and this is everything you will need to do a full service on your car. So first of all, let's check out the turbo. So a lot of you guys will probably know the story behind the FG Turbo, and I picked it up about 2 months ago now, and yeah, I've barely driven it. I've been away for a full month in America. Yeah, so now it's finally the first time we're actually going to get stuck into it, make sure that everything is completely perfect, and then we'll work on some power mods for the car. I just quickly took off the engine oil cover just to make sure or see what the engine oil is like at the moment, and I'm not very mechanically minded, but I'm not quite sure that the oil is supposed to look like that. I'm not quite sure. If you guys think that it's okay like that, I'm a little bit worried about the color of the oil, and especially what it smells like as well. It smells absolutely horrid. So I'm kind of glad I'm doing this right now, but I am a little bit skeptical at what that looks like. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what that actually means, what that looks like. I'll see if I can give you guys a better view. It has a really, really deep, rich brown color to it. There you go, you guys can see it there. So we've just jumped up under the car at the moment. I don't know how well you guys can see this right now. This is the oil pan right here, and this is the drain plug in the turbo. I believe the BAs, they actually have an oil pan that instead of being mounted at the rear here, they're actually up here. Very simple still. That means you just have to find the drain plug right here. But in everything, I believe, after 04, the drain plug is right here. Along with that, you also have up here your oil filter, which just sits up on the side of the engine. It's just above the steering rack here. So we're going to go ahead, remove the drain plug, and drain out all the old engine oil with this. I just didn't record me taking out the oil plug. That's it there. But I missed it. That's like the most cliche moment of every single tutorial on how to service your car. Alright, so while the oil's draining, I'm also going to loosen up the oil filter, which is situated just up here, and we're all going to also remove that. I've never seen an oil filter this difficult to take off. It's horrible. Oh yeah, You're also gonna need rags. I forgot them. I'm sorry. Here's a better look at the color of that oil, by the way. It's really thick, and it's really like a very golden brown. I don't know, let me know, I'm always learning. Best thing, looking at the rest of the underside of this car, it looks really good. Ignore all this oil here, but looking around the rest of the engine, this is all completely clean. On my car, I actually do have a really bad oil leak. The front main seal has given way, and it's giving a really slow leak, which you guys might be able to see on the ground, maybe right there-ish. There you go, right there. So that's causing me a little bit of grief, but I'm going to get that fixed before I get it sold. This one here looks completely clean, which means all the front seal and everything is all good. And apart from that, there is absolutely no oil leaks under the rest of the car. So go me. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prep the next oil filter. So if I quickly open it up, it'll come like this. So just take the plastic off the end there. Excellent. So now what we're going to want to do is quickly put a little bit of oil around the outside here. That is going to create a seal that's going to stop any oil from accidentally coming out before the whole entire thing seals itself. So as the last of this oil drains right here, I'm going to quickly stop the flow there, get a little bit of oil, and just go around the outside of here. Just putting some oil on that rubber seal. And then we can go ahead and reinstall it. Now, oil filters only need to go up to hand tight. So we're going to do that right now. Alright, so now that the oil is completely finished draining, we're going to be reinstalling the drain plug, because we don't want to fill a whole car up with $70 worth of oil and have it all piss back out the bottom again. And make sure not to over tighten the oil drain plug, because that could be a bad day. Beautiful. Alright, so now we've completely finished on the other side of the car. We've installed the oil filter. We've also done the oil drain plug. It's time to now install our new oil. So as I said before, this is a 10W40 that we're going to be using today. This is one by Newlon. This is the one that was recommended to me by all the guys running high horsepower turbo cars, because I'm guessing this car is probably going to go to a stage 1 turbo kit before I do my next service anyway. I'll probably do a service after I get a tune or something possibly. But in terms of how much we need, as I said in the start of the video, we're going to need 6.5 litres of this stuff. So I have a 5 litre jug here, which is all going to go in, and then I have 2 1 litres, which I'm going to be using one of them, and then half of the other one. So if I'm tall enough and can reach this, we're going to install the new oil. Here comes the second. And this one here we're going to be using 500 mils of. And boom, 500 mils perfect. Alright, so another thing we're going to do is we're going to check underneath the car, make sure there's no excess oil underneath, which may have been from me not tightening up something enough. So apart from where my old car was leaking oil and the new little spots which are right there, which was me when I was draining the oil filter, there's nothing new there and there's nothing leaking from the underside of the car. Hell yeah. So now the oil cap back on. And now I'm going to quickly run the car for a couple of minutes. It's going to heat up the oil and it's going to put it into every single little place it needs to go. And then we're going to check the oil level and make sure it's all A1 perfect. Alright, so I've had the car running for a few minutes now. We're just going to turn it off and then come around and check the dipstick. Alright, so the dipstick on the Barra is located just at the back here. It's a bright orange tab, you guys will be able to find it super easy. And we're gonna get our rag, quickly wipe off the end of it, leave it in there for a couple of seconds, pull it back out, and we should find that the oil is going to be, as you guys can see, the oil is right at that full line.